Welcome back to Storybrooke. It was a peaceful afternoon in the magical library. As Aaru flipped through his enchanted storybook, a strange ticking sound echoed softly all around them. Suddenly, the page revealed a tall clock tower, its hands frozen at 6 o'clock. Below it lay a village, eerily still, as though time itself had stopped. Intrigued, Aaru and his friends jumped into the storybook, ready to unravel the mystery of the frozen clock tower. They arrived in a peculiar village where everyone and everything seemed frozen in place. At the base of the towering clock, they spotted an elderly clockmaker, the only one who could still move, working tirelessly on a single stubborn gear. The clockmaker barely looked up as Aaru and his friends approached. Her eyes were focused, her hands steady. "Why are you working so hard?" Aaru asked softly, concern in his voice.
"I must fix the great clock,"
she replied firmly.
"Without it, the village will remain frozen. But it's my burden to bear."
Aaru and his friends offered to help, but the clockmaker shook her head.
"No,"
she said sharply.
"This is my responsibility. If I couldn't fix it all these years, no one else can."
As the friends explored, they discovered a clue engraved at the tower's base. It suggested a simple truth. This clock couldn't be fixed by one person alone. It needed teamwork. Maya thought aloud. She's been trying to fix this on her own for so long. Maybe that's why it's not working. Aaru and his friends began to understand. The clockmaker's refusal to accept help had left the great clock and the village stuck in time. She needed more than tools. She needed open hearts and helping hands. Back at the workbench, Aaru and his friends gently urged the clockmaker again. "You've worked so hard," Maya said kindly. "But even the strongest clock needs all its gears to run. Fixing something this big isn't a one-person job. Asking for help doesn't mean you failed. It means you're giving others the chance to make things better together." The clockmaker looked at Maya, her eyes filled with doubt and sadness. But the sincerity in Maya's words touched her heart. Finally, she sighed and handed them the gear, her voice trembling slightly.
"Perhaps you're right. I've been holding on too tightly. Let's fix this together."
With her heart now open to help, the clockmaker worked side by side with Aaru and his friends. Together they fitted gears, tightened screws, and adjusted springs. Step by step, the great clock slowly came back to life. Its hands began to move again, ticking steadily. A gentle golden light spread from the clock tower, rippling across the village and bringing it back to life. The villagers unfroze, blinking in surprise and smiling at one another. The clockmaker, once weighed down by loneliness and doubt, now smiled brightly. As a token of gratitude, she gifted Aaru and his friends a magical pocket watch. It bore an inscription, "Time is precious, but so is help." It was a reminder of what they had learned. No task is too big when shared, and asking for help isn't weakness. It's the key to moving forward. With their new treasure, Aaru and his friends prepared to return to Storybrooke. They knew they would carry this lesson forever. Sometimes, it takes more than one pair of hands to turn the hands of time. Moral: true strength lies in knowing when to ask for help. Working together not only solves problems, it brings people closer. See you for Aaru's next adventure.